What's up guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today I want to go into the question if this bull market is already over. Better said, how likely is it that this bull market is already over, and also how likely it is that this bull market is not already over. And to do that, I want to take a look into multiple sources, including the historical Bitcoin data, also some different analysis tools, and I will show you all of that. Also, I will show you a quick update on the buyer index, and also don't get scared because of this chart right here. That is just a little historical data research, but this chart is not what we are using today. First, I want to give a quick Bitcoin buyer index and crypto market update. Just very short right here. Currently, we are moving back to the downside right here in the buyer index. And by the way, if you don't know what the buyer index is, then this is a self-developed indicator. And if you want to know how this is working, then I will link you a video right here. There I explain that in detail, but the short form basically is if there are very few buyers in the market, like right now, this is a very positive sign. If there are too many buyers, like right here, this is a more bearish sign and shows an upcoming correction. And right now we are going back down, even if we have pumped a little bit to the upside right here. Currently we are back down at the -41 level, so right here where the red line is. And we could also see a nice bounce in Bitcoin. That is also something that is nice to see, forming some sort of double bottom right here, not made a new low. That is also very nice to see, because if we would have made a new low, then maybe you remember the head and shoulders pattern that I have showed you. But of course, so far I would not say this is over. And also quickly, what I also want to mention is the Bitcoin dominance. I really like to see that the Bitcoin dominance is going back to the upside, that we finally have a bounce right here and not just moving down. That was also necessary right here for me. That is also a very positive sign. And right now I would say let's get straight into the historical data research right here. To do that, I am taking this chart right here. And first, I would say we are starting off with my own indicator, so with the self-developed buyer index right here. And as I said, this currently is showing basically a very strong buy, because we are at very low levels in the buyer index. And when you have seen what has happened the last time the buyer index was at these low levels right here, that is in March 2020 and that is in October 2020, then this is a very bullish sign. And after that the market has gone up significantly again, and that is something that the buyer index is currently showing. But there is also some criticism right here, and that is from Mark, so Mark Demesel right here. And he has told me that already, but you can also see right here the comment. And that is basically what the criticism is right here, is basically that it is a black box, so that I'm not fully providing the information how this is calculated. And of course I am not doing this because this is a self-developed indicator, 3 years of work. So that is my little secret with my friend together, with which I have developed this indicator. So that is basically why I will not show that, but I'm fully transparently showing how the buyer index is moving, what it's showing, and that is what I can provide right here. We have also here Tim Bertels is saying, does liquid sugar manufacturer Coca-Cola give their secret recipe? And here I can also just agree. The answer is of course not, but I can also understand the criticism, and that is why I also want to provide multiple sources, multiple indicators, and then in the end, of course, I will tell you my opinion about that, but in the end you can also make your own opinion and decision right here. And right now I have showed you the buyer index. Now the second thing is what I want to show you is the Bitcoin increases that we had. And I have you can see that right here. I'm starting in the historical data chart right here, basically in 2011, and here I'm going from, so always I have from the high to the high and also from the low to the high. And what we can see right here is that let's start right here with the first low. that was this one right here. In November 2011 we had an increase of almost 63,000 percentages till the high of this bull cycle. Then in the next cycle, from the low to the high, we had an almost 12,000% increase, and right now we are sitting at a 6,000% increase. So always measured from the low to the high. And also I have measured from high to the high, so that is basically right here, 3,800% in the first cycle, 1,000, almost 1,500% in the next cycle, and right now we have 222% in the current cycle. So that was always from peak to peak. And what we also can see, but that is something that is not a significant change right here, is that in the first cycle we had the biggest decrease, or let's say bear market right here, with 93, almost 94%. The second one was 86, and the last one was 84. So no big changes right here. So I not give this a very high value. But what I do give a high value is from the increases right here. And what we can see is that, maybe I can do that a little bit on the bigger screen. No, unfortunately I can't drag that more together, so we have to do it this way. So what we can see right here is that the first time, so from this high to high to this high to high right here, the increase was more than cut in half right here. Then in the next one, so from this right here to this right here, we can see, so basically that one is of course the current one, so we can see that 1,500% to currently 222%. So that is 1/6, 1/7 of the last time right here. So I think from this perspective, so my opinion, of course we all know that the increases are going down over time, and but this increase right here seems to be too small for me. But also on the other hand, also something that I want to show you, and from this perspective this would actually match so far. Here in the first cycle we have seen an increase of, let's round that a little bit, 63,000%. Then right here in the next one we have seen also, let's round that a little bit, to 12,000%. And then, so that is basically again 1/5 right here. So this is 1/5 of this. And right now we are at 2,000%. So that is 1/6, not 1/5, but that is coming much more closer right here. So from this perspective, that is basically really a point where I would say, okay, that could be right here. So that is a point where I say, okay, that could be judged as a critical point right here, and as a little confirmation sign that the bull market is over. So that is the Bitcoin historical data chart. So what I have found and what I found interesting in it. Then also a next point that I also want to bring up is that we have seen new highs in Bitcoin, of course. We have also seen new highs in Ethereum, but we not have seen new highs in other major cryptos. XRP, for example, has, that is the wrong chart right here. So XRP, for example, not has made a new all-time high. So you can see right here, that one, $3.40, something around that. That is the old all-time high from 2018. The same thing right here with Litecoin. Litecoin has visited the old all-time high, but failed with this correction right here. So Litecoin, and I think also Monero, that is, yeah, I have that right here. Monero, these two looks pretty similar. They have touched the old all-time high, but not made a big new one. Then also more things is Bitcoin Cash, also no new all-time high. Stellar, no new all-time high. We can also say EOS, also no new all-time high. So there are lots of cryptos, also big cryptos, that were there in 2017, 2018, and right now they have not made a new all-time high. And right now, of course, I know that you can also say that there are several new coins that have made a new all-time high, and yes, I can understand that contrarian point, but that is just also something that I want to bring to your attention. How do you judge this? That is of course up to you, and right now I would say we are going into the indicators right here. And first I'm starting right here with the Bitcoin rainbow chart. So this right here is a logarithmic chart, and in this logarithmic chart with the colors we can see where Bitcoin currently is. Right now it is at the hodl level right here, but it already was at the, what was this level right here? I think that is the 1, 2, 3, that is this one right here, so that is the FOMO stage. Clearly we have seen that, no doubt about that. But if we're taking a look into the last 2 cycles right here, then we can basically see we have hit the extreme dangerous levels. I would say here the maximum bubble territory right here. We have hit that right here, we have hit that right here, and right now we have not hit that. So for me personally, that would be a sign that this was not the top, also not in Bitcoin. The same thing right here also exists for Ethereum. In Ethereum you can see in the last cycle we got massively above the maximum bubble territory right here, so much higher. The extreme the bubble territory was right here at, let's say, $300-400, and it got up to $1,200. And right now we were also just in this stage right here. Here it is called "But have we earned it?" ? And right now we are in the alt season stage right here. So from this chart also, from my point of view, this would also show that this was also not the top for Ethereum. Then another thing right here is the Trollolol chart. That is here from, of course from Trollolol, but Mark Demesel is continuing to do that chart, to updating this chart. We can see right here the last update is from the 24th of May with 1.5 trillion, but that is nothing bad, because right now you can see that we are at, okay, we are a little bit higher at 1.56, but then the numbers here are a little bit higher, but we are not significantly more to the upside or more to the downside. And here I will zoom that in right here so you can see that better. We can see what I have mentioned in the beginning, that we are going down in every cycle. So the increase, or here in this case the extreme overvaluation, is going down from each cycle. And right now, if you are following the trend right here, that would bring us right here to somewhere around 700-800%. Here we were just at 400%. Right now we are at 231%. So that is also not pointing out that this bull market has seen the peak. And in the end, I have also here that is very often named also in my Discord group, and also I see that very often, the CBBI, Colin Talks Crypto Bitcoin Bull Run Index. And that is also a self-developed index that is, you can see that right here, what is measured in that index, or what is included in that index. And this is, this is then all put together, and out of that there is this number right here, and this number is showing, you can see it right here, confidence, we are at the peak, and that is currently at 59. I think that 100 is pretty sure, or super sure, that we are there. 59 I would not consider that as also showing that we were there. Let's take a look. This was also at 77, but here we were at the peaks, we were at 99. So that is also something that for me is looking like, for example, the rainbow chart. So we were at these FOMO stages, and we were at greed levels, but that is also that was also not showing that this right here was the top. Then also there are two other factors, and the first one right here is also right here the total market cap. So we can also see that here in the last cycle, again from all-time high to all-time high, we had an increase of 8,478%. So that is not just Bitcoin, that is the total crypto market. And right now, from high let me quickly zoom that out a little bit right here. So basically from the high from 2018 till the current high, it is just 237%. So that is much more less right here. And also if I would take right here just 1/10 of what we have seen in the cycle from 214 to 217 to 18, and just take 1/10 out of the increase right here, that would be 841%, basically 847, but that is not 100% accurate right now. But this would bring us to 6.4 trillion and not just to 2.5 trillion. Then also the next thing, and that is also the last thing for this video, is the Bitcoin dominance chart right here. And in this chart we can see a pattern that we have seen in every bull market, and that is that Bitcoin is losing market dominance every bull market and making a new low in the Bitcoin dominance every bull market. Right now we have not seen that. We can say we have come close right here. We were at 40%, the low was at 35%, but what we always also have seen is that we have made a significantly new low, and not just something where we came close to the range, where we came close to the all-time low, where we have just dipped tiny below it. We have really made a big new low, and that is something that we not have seen. And that is also maybe you know that my target for the Bitcoin dominance for this bull market is between 15 and 18.5%. Right now we are not close to that, and that is also a point for me that is showing me that this very likely was not the end of the bull market. So right now I have showed you some different things right here, and in the end I want to give a little summary right here, what is my opinion about that. And you can of course build your own opinion, but in the end I want to show you my. And yeah, let's start right here with the Bitcoin dominance. As I said, from this perspective, for me that is showing that we not have reached the high in this bull market. Also right here, what I've showed you right here, from when I measure from high to high, that looks a little bit small to me. So that is also for me pointing out that we not have seen the high, also not in Bitcoin. But also I have to say right here, if I'm taking the point from the low to the high and compare this to the last cycles and put the decrease on it, then just from this perspective right here, so from the low of this cycle till the high that we just had, that would be more possible right here. So from this perspective it would be more likely. And that is a point where I also say, okay, that is a little critic point right here. That is a point that is speaking for that we have seen the top in Bitcoin. But I also have to say that that is just a little point right here in my analysis. And then here from the Bitcoin rainbow chart, I have already mentioned that for me it would be unlikely, because the last times we have really seen the red levels right here, even got above the red levels, and right now we were not there. Same thing right here for Ethereum, same thing also right here for the Trololol chart, so that would also be unlikely, and the CBBI is also not showing that. But here in the indicators that he has put into that, there are some indicators that are also showing that we are close to the top, we have hit the top, or yeah, we're very close to that. Here you can see that right here, 90% confidence, the golden 51 to 94% ratio, 91% in the stock to flow chart, and 90% in the Pi cycle top. So there are of course also indicators out there that suggest that we have seen the top, that it is likely that this was the top. But from my perspective, with all the things that I have showed you, for me this is unlikely, so very unlikely that this bull market is already over. You know that of course it is nice to see some of these indicators, but for me, because it is my self-developed indicator, I give this the highest value here, the buyer index, and that is showing that it is unlikely that right now we have hit the top right here. And a little extra point that I also have is the opinion shift in the crypto market. That is also something that I'm seeing, that also under my videos I could also see that in the Discord group, that people become bearish, that people don't want to look into their crypto portfolios, people don't want to check the market. Crypto is not that interesting any longer, and we can really see a depressed market stage. Also, we don't have the normal, or what is normal in this market? Nothing is normal, but we not have this fast corrections right here, so the V-shaped corrections where we make a new high in just 2 weeks. This right now is more some sort of a complex type of correction, and it is also a big correction, and that is why we can see that the market opinion is shifting and more people becoming bearish. And for me, that is a very positive sign, because when the majority of people is bearish or negative or not interested anymore in the market, that is the time where I am super interested in the market. So that is a little extra point right here. But of course, you could take the fear and greed index. That is also showing extreme fear right now. But I can also see that on with the comments, with the YouTube comments, and also in the crypto groups. So from that point of view, it would also be a plus point that this bull market has not ended. And this right here are my points of view, my indicators, and my research that I want to share with you. If you have a different opinion, then feel free to write them down in the comments. If this video was helpful, then please leave a like. Also, if you have questions, also feel free to write them down in the comments. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss out any future updates. That's it for this video. See you in the next one, and as always, have a nice day.